Hi guys, it's time for another movie review, and I've been able to see Jack Reacher early. It was coming out on Boxing Day, but I was lucky to see it thanks to Cineworld and being an unlimited customer. So I can do my review. I've been trying to do it since yesterday. Unfortunately, my daughter's not been very well, so I've been trying to make her feel better, and that's taken up a lot of my time. Once she goes to bed, I've got other stuff to do, so I'm having to do it here on this dodgy webcam, so I apologise for that. Let's get straight onto the film. It's really good. I was actually looking forward to a Jack Reacher film since I heard it was being made, because I've known about the books for quite some time. I've always been interested in hearing Lee Child when he's being interviewed. He talks about his character Jack Reacher, and there's always been a debate about which actor was best to play the character, which obviously Tom Cruise has been picked, which has caused a lot of controversy. But yeah, I've been interested, and I've been saying, you know what, I really need to get into reading these Jack Reacher books. Once I finish reading this book, I'm going to get on and get some Jack Reacher books. Never got round to it, so my first experience of Jack Reacher is this film, and it's by an actor who a lot of people say is nothing like the character, so I'll have to apologise to anyone who, I can't tell you whether Tom Cruise is exactly like, or if he's done any justice to the character in the book, because I still need to read them. I will say though that Tom Cruise in this film plays it very differently to other characters he's played in other action movies, especially in Mission Impossible, which I've recently been watching. He's very much a different character in this to those films. So I mean, in this he's kind of this kind of like lone gunman, comes into town. He's a little bit of Dirty Harry. It's Jason Bourne. He's a great detective as well. So he's all these characters mixed into one. The movie starts, and this part has already caused some controversy. The movie starts with a gunman, a lone gunman, who is on top of a tall building, and he's got a sniper rifle, and he's choosing victims. And you see this through the lens, and the lens is like pointing at different people who he chooses to shoot. And obviously, once he starts shooting, there's this woman who's carrying a child, and he's following her with the scope. Now, I don't know if this will be decided. They will decide to cut this before its official release day, but it is kind of unnerving, especially with recent tragic events in Connecticut. So. I mean, I was kind of thought to myself, wow, they might have a tough time with this, especially if the press get onto it. So if you feel like you're going to be uncomfortable with some scene like that, a time so near recent events, then maybe it's best to miss it. I will tell you this though, that the plot doesn't really centre on a psychopath. It does go into a different direction. This is basically the police. This is what happens at the start, and the police have basically looked at this as an open and shut case. They found a guy responsible for these killings. They found their man. He basically is as guilty as anything. Open and shut. Put him in prison. And Jack Reacher comes in. And he, at the start, he's pretty much convinced that this guy's done it too. But he starts to delve into things and find out that, this isn't as open and shut as it seems. And he's helping out this guy's attorney as well to find out what's really happened here. Whether this guy is actually the lone gunman, or there is something else going on. And the detective part of it is good. I kind of found myself a little bit ahead of what they might call twists in the film. I did kind of think, yeah, that's going to happen now, and it sort of did. But it was still well told, the story. So don't get me wrong, it's not a terrible storyline at all. It is well told. I think where it comes into its own is Tom Cruise's character. He has a lot of dry humour, and it's very funny. I found myself and a lot of the audience that watched the film, we were laughing a lot through the movie. It's actually, it's funny, but it's done with a really dry sense of humour, and very enjoyable in that. And also, of course, the action in it, which is really well directed. The cinematography in it is great. You when you're watching the fight, you kind of feel every move and everything. You know, when he's twisting arms and breaking a bone or something. You sort of, just like how you would when you saw Taken with Liam Neeson, you kind of go, oh, flinch there, or you kind of go, ouch, when he does some certain other moves. So that part's enjoyable, and I enjoyed the car chase as well, because car chases can be ruined, especially nowadays with shaky cam and cutting to different scenes too quickly, and they don't do that. They center on, they hold a scene for quite some time, and you actually see the cars weaving in and out and everything. So it doesn't take any cheap shots with the action scenes. They're very enjoyable. It's just basically an old-fashioned sort of throwback to the 80s crime thriller, and it's very enjoyable indeed. Tom Cruise, he might not be the biggest guy. He might not be 6'5". He might not be this muscle-bound kind of guy that Jack Reacher's meant to be. But he's on screen and he's got great presence, and you do believe that when he's going to take on a certain amount of guys, that they might come off worse than he does, because he's a good actor, and he's believable in the role. And overall, I found the other characters in it were well acted as well. Even like the baddies, maybe a little bit hammy, but still good. Overall, I really enjoyed the film, and it's not really what I would say a classic, but if they do just if it does do well, I definitely will be interested in further Jack Reacher movies. But one thing I will do, I did enjoy the film so much, is that I will definitely now get some Lee Child Jack Reacher books and start reading them. So, and that's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions, I think. 4 stars for this film, very enjoyable. I'll catch you later, guys.